On April 22, 2026, Citi launched an AI called Sky, a real-time avatar that joins your wealth team call, speaks English, speaks Spanish, behaves like a junior advisor who never sleeps. I wanted to know which tier of client got Sky first, the biggest accounts, presumably. That's how wealth is supposed to compound now. So that's the question I want to answer. What does the wealthy's AI actually look like? The premise sounds obvious. The wealthier you are, the better the AI. But the moment you go looking for the picture doesn't match. And it matters. If the cliché is right, working people are stuck on a lower tier of the same race, and you upgrade your subscription to catch up. If it's wrong, the gap is somewhere else entirely, and you've been asking the wrong question. So I went to the data. I pulled the peer-reviewed paper, Wang and colleagues, published this year in Information, Communication, and Society, based on a Pew panel of 10,087 American adults. The finding lands clean. The richer and more educated you are, the more likely you are to be using AI. Income predicts it. Education predicts it harder. The cliché has receipts. Then I pulled Pew directly. By September 2025, 21% of US workers used AI on the job, up from 16% a year earlier. The line is going up, and it's going up fastest where the salaries already are. A quarter of low-income US workers haven't even heard of AI being used at their workplace. The gap isn't a vibe, it's measurable. Then I pulled PwC's 2025 Jobs Barometer. The consulting firm scans a database of about 1 billion job ads from 6 continents. Workers whose jobs require AI skills now command a 56% wage premium. The year before, it was 25%. The premium doubled in 12 months. If you've got AI skills on your resume, you're not imagining the recruiter calls. Every chart points the same direction. More money, more education, more AI. If we stopped here, the story would write itself. AI is the new private school, and the working person is locked out. But there's a thing this data doesn't tell me. It tells me the wealthy touch AI more. It doesn't tell me what they do with it. That's a different question. But here's the catch. NBER, the National Bureau of Economic Research, surveyed about 6,000 senior executives across 4 countries this year. Roughly 90% report no measurable impact from AI on their firm's productivity or jobs over 3 years. The wealthy use AI more, but by their own accounting, it isn't paying off. So what's it for? If the wealthy aren't getting personal productivity from AI, the leverage isn't on their keyboard, it's somewhere else. So I went looking. JPMorgan put an AI called Coach AI on the desks of every private bank advisor, 4,000 of them serving the bank's high net worth clients. The AI reads the firm's proprietary research, pulls the relevant filings, and synthesizes the answer. According to the bank's CIO, advisors find what they need up to 95% faster. Private bank gross sales were up 20% year over year. The CEO of Asset and Wealth Management says advisors could expand client coverage by 50% inside 3 to 5 years. Morgan Stanley shipped its own AI assistant in 2024, then a note-taker called Debrief. Over 98% of advisor teams adopted it. Debrief saves each advisor roughly 30 minutes of admin per client meeting. It auto-drafts the follow-up email plus the Salesforce note. Morgan Stanley is OpenAI's only wealth management strategic partner. And Citadel, Ken Griffin's $71 billion hedge fund, built its own AI assistant for stock pickers, then explicitly told portfolio managers not to offload judgment to it. A research clerk, not a sage. Even the billionaire-led firm keeps AI on a leash. So I tried to figure out who actually types into these things. It's not the wealthy client, it's the advisor serving the wealthy client. The wealthy person walks into the relationship, the advisor walks into the AI. The AI compresses 95% of the research time. The advisor walks back out with the answer. The client never touched a prompt. If you've ever wondered what happens when you call a private bank advisor in 2026, that's what happens. You never see the AI sees you. All that data made AI use look like something the wealthy do. The picture from inside the firms says it's what their advisors do for them. The leverage isn't a better model. It's having someone whose job it is to run the model on your behalf. And here's the gap working people are paying without seeing it. The price you eat every week you stay on the wrong side of this. You're not behind on the model. You're behind on having someone whose job it is to run the model for you. Which means the question isn't, what AI tier am I missing? It's, who's running AI on my behalf? For most of us, the honest answer right now is, so if that's right, then the gap isn't a model gap. It's an operationalization gap. Which brings me back to Sky. I pulled up Citi's own press release from April 22nd. The phased rollout begins this summer to Citi Gold. That's Citi's mass affluent tier. Starts around $200,000 in assets. Not the private bank, not the family office, not the billionaire. Citi Gold clients meet Sky first. Read that again. The first major direct-to-client AI wealth advisor isn't going to the wealthiest clients. It's going to the clients who can't quite afford a dedicated human advisor. The avatar fills the seat where the human was about to be skipped. Below a certain tier, the bank can't justify a person on the phone, so you get the avatar instead. Meanwhile, at the actual private bank, at JPMorgan, at Morgan Stanley, the client still gets a human on the phone. That human is quietly augmented by Coach AI or Debrief in the background, but the client sees a person. The wealthier you are, the more the human stays in the room. And the family offices? JPMorgan's 2026 Global Family Office Report surveyed 333 of them. Average client net worth, $1.6 billion. 65% say AI is their top investment theme. Over 70% own zero infrastructure that AI actually runs on. Zero data centers, zero chips, zero energy. The richest clients in the world are mostly talking about AI. They aren't putting their money where their pitch deck is. So what does the wealthy's AI actually look like? It looks like this. It isn't the more wealth, the more AI you use. It's the more wealth, the more humans you have using AI on your behalf, and the less you touch AI yourself. Below the private bank tier, AI replaces the human you'd otherwise talk to. Above it, AI augments the human you keep. The asymmetry isn't model access. It's having someone whose job it is to run the AI for you. So the question working people should be asking isn't, what AI tier am I missing? It's, who's running AI on my behalf? Right now, for most of us, the honest answer is nobody. You are the prompter. You are the reviewer. You are the babysitter. You are the consumer of the output. You are also doing your actual day job. The wealthy have separated those roles. They pay someone whose entire job is to feed the AI questions, check its answers, and hand back the synthesized result. That separation is the leverage. If I were a working person looking at this picture, and I am, the move isn't to chase a better model. The frontier models, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, are the same models the wealthy's advisors are using. $20 a month and you've got Citadel's Clerk on your laptop. The model isn't gated, the operationalization is. You eat the cost of being your own AI staff every day you work. You are the chief of staff, the analyst, the executive assistant, and the person doing the actual work, all at once. That's the gap. Not the prompt, the role. So here's the one thing worth doing differently. Stop being your own AI's prompter and start being your own chief of staff to it. Pick one thing AI runs on your behalf every day. Emails drafted while you're in meetings. Research compiled before you wake up. Notes summarized before the next call. Not the other direction, where you sit feeding it one question at a time. The shift is from typing into the AI to setting up work the AI does for you. That's the closest a working person gets to what the wealthy actually bought. Sky will probably never join a billionaire's wealth call. That's the tell. The avatar shows up where the human was about to be replaced. The higher you go on the ladder, the more the human stays. If you want to know how the wealthy actually use AI, watch where the avatar isn't. They didn't buy a better prompt. They bought the seat next to the person running it. That's the memo. Read.